Hey guys, it's April with Sofashionweak TV and welcome to the channel. Sofashionweak TV is a lifestyle, health, beauty, and fashion space here on YouTube. If you like content such as this, I urge you to subscribe to my channel and also click the notifications bell so that you can be notified when I upload a new video here on my channel. So today's topic is going to be how I kind of spice up my food post-op. So now, as you guys know, I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery back on October 3rd, 2016. I am now a little over a year post-op. And I'm kind of like a one-woman show when it comes to this. My husband does not cook, and I don't make it a habit of eating out very often. So I have been trying to bring in more flavor into my home and into the kitchen so that I can keep a lot of variety, you know, with what I'm eating, so I don't get bored. We go out occasionally, but I'm not really big on eating a lot of outside food, only because I don't know what's in it, and we're not really good dates. I mean, we waste a lot of food, so it's not really cost effective for me to continually go out and eat. So I figured I would come on here and share this because, you know, a lot of us, prior to having our smaller stomachs, we did a lot of eating out. I actually enjoyed going out to restaurants and trying a lot of different foods, so on and so forth. So now that I'm not doing that, I need to make sure that I'm keeping it flavorful and keeping it interesting, so that I don't get bored. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first spice that I use quite often is this Jamaican jerk seasoning. Now, did I use this prior to my surgery? Yes, I did, and I continue to use it now, and I'm going to explain to you why. It's a marinade, so if you put this on your meat, it will help to tenderize the meat, and it makes it extremely flavorful. I use this on chicken, and I marinate my chicken for a couple of hours. I clean it, cut it up, put it into a Ziploc bag. I add a little bit of this to it. It calls for one serving is 1 tablespoon. So I probably used this 3 times already, and it's still probably have about this much left in there. I kind of like eyeball it depending on the amount of chicken that I'm cooking. I'll add this to it, and I'll allow it to marinate. Now, what I do in addition to this is I'll also add some cinnamon, some ground cloves, just to kind of add to the marinade, just to give it a little bit more flavor, because I like the cinnamon. This actually already has cinnamon in it, I believe, but I just add a little bit more. But I put this on my chicken and I cook it in the pressure cooker for about 20 minutes. And I'll insert some B-roll footage of some of my jerk chicken that I make in the pressure cooker, and I use boneless, skinless chicken thighs and chicken breasts, like a combination of the two, and it comes out excellent and very flavorful. So the next seasoning that I use is this Grill Mates Hamburger Seasoning, and I use this on a variety of things. I use it on chicken, I use it on ground turkey. This has in it black pepper, chili pepper, onion, red bell pepper, sugar, garlic, and just natural flavorings. This is really, really good. I love this seasoning, and I primarily use it like in ground turkey, but I also use it in, like I said, chicken as well. This is a really good spice. Okay guys, so the next seasoning or spice that I've been using is chili lime seasoning. Now, I have been using the one from Trader Joe's, but I had gone into the supermarket and they had this La Fina chili lime seasoning, and it was only $1, so I figured I would, you know, try this as well. But yeah, this is really good, and I typically use this on shrimp. This is really, really good on shrimp, and yeah, very flavorful. What do you guys use chili lime seasoning on? Give me some ideas. Right now, like I said, just using it on shrimp. If I cook scallops or any type of seafood, I probably would incorporate this chili lime seasoning on it. But what are some things that you guys are using it for if you do use it? Tea time. This is Tranquil Dream Tea. This is a Tivana tea. It is an equivalent of Sleepy Time tea by Celestial Seasonings. I love this tea. So good. Do you guys drink tea? Moving on. Okay, so the next seasoning that I've been using is this Herb Box sodium-free granulated chicken bouillon. Now, I typically use this. Now, let me say this. Prior to surgery, I did not use the sodium-free one. Now I opt to use the sodium-free version of this bouillon seasoning. And what I typically put this on is my quinoa and my vegetables. What do you use it for? Are you guys using this? What do you use it for? And I got this from the, I believe they sell this in the soup aisle. I had not been able to find it in Walmart. I don't know why, like my Walmart didn't have it, but I actually found this in, oops, sorry, I'm losing focus, but I actually found this in ShopRite, which is a supermarket that we have here in New Jersey, and I found it in the soup aisle. So in case you're looking for it, you can probably find this in the soup aisle. Okay, so the next seasoning that I like to use, and I keep it in my rotation, is onion seasoning. So onions, as you know, it has carbs in it. I don't know how high the carb count is, but I opt on using onion powder in absence of using onions. It's okay to eat carbs, it really, really is, but I'm the type of person that likes to OD on things. Like, I become addicted to things really quick. I have an addictive personality, so and I love onions, so if I start eating them, I'll want to eat more of them. So I do put them in my food, but I don't use a lot of them. So in absence of using it, I opt for like using like onion seasonings and powders and so on and so forth. This one is by Knorr, and this is granulated mini onion cubes, and I think 1 cube is equivalent to using 1 onion. So if you like onion flavor, this is definitely a good option. And then secondly, I use onion soup mix. I use this for chicken, turkey, anything that I'm throwing in my pressure cooker, any type of meat that I'm throwing in my pressure cooker, and I want to just add like nice onion flavor. I use this. It's great, 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 great. Okay, so the next thing that I keep in my rotation is minced garlic. I put it in everything. I love garlic. Garlic is good for your blood pressure. Very good spice, or you know, to keep in your kitchen. I used this before surgery. I continue to use it now. I like to have flavor in my food, and this adds just the right amount of flavor. So the next thing I like to use, guys, is a cooking sauce, and it is liquid smoke. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this or used this, but I love liquid smoke. I like that it gives my vegetables flavor. So like if I'm making string beans or collard greens or any type of green vegetable, I put this in it. It's not limited to green vegetables, but that's predominantly what I use it on. I throw a little bit of this liquid smoke in. It works in absence of putting smoked meat into your dish. If you like your vegetables with like a smoked flavor and you don't want to put meat, you can use this. And then I also use this if I want my food to have like a hickory flavor, my meats. So all my meat I predominantly cook in a pressure cooker. So I'll throw this, a couple of droplets of this into my pressure cooker, and it gives my food phenomenal flavor. Liquid smoke, get with it. Alrighty, so basil leaves. I love basil. Basil is a good herb, and this is you know, dried basil leaves. I love it. I keep it. I buy fresh basil. I like to do the fresh basil with fresh mozzarella and tomatoes. I love that. But in absence of that, I always have basil leaves as a backup, because if I get a craving for tomatoes and mozzarella and I don't have fresh basil, I can just pull this down and sprinkle it over it. A nice good meal. And I don't know about you guys, but anything that is in a grinder, I love seasoning that comes in grinders, like the Himalayan sea salts. Trader Joe's has some spices that comes in grinders, but the one that I have is the McCormick garlic pepper seasoning, and these are always on sale. They have like 2 for sales. So this one here, like I said, is the garlic pepper seasoning, but they have an array of flavors, and I like that I can just grind this down, and you could use as little or as much as you want. And I like that as ground, so ground up, and it goes straight into the food and it dissolves. Awesome flavor. So yeah, check these out. I do not believe that Walmart, if you have a Walmart in your area, I don't believe they sell them 2 for. but they're not very expensive. But if you go to like the supermarkets, I do know that they always run some type of 2 for deal on these McCormick seasonings. So by way of sweetener, so as I told you guys in my 1-year post-op video, sweet things that are overly sweet, it really just turns me off. It's so disgusting. If it has high fructose corn syrup in it, I can taste it. It's like it burns my tongue. I don't know what it is, but I know when something has high fructose corn syrup or any type of like man-made sweetener, it's very different for me now. My pouch is so different than it was yesteryear. I don't know. It's the most bizarre thing, but I like it. So what I use by way of sweetener, there are 2 that I use. The first one that I'm going to be showing you is cane sugar, and I typically use the cane sugar in my tea. I drink a lot of tea, and this the stats on this is 15 calories per teaspoon, and I don't use a lot because I do not like things overly sweet. And this is actually kept me for a while. This lasts a very long time, and I believe this only costs about $7.99 at Whole Foods. I purchased it at Whole Foods, and yes, it serves its purpose for me. I put it in my tea, and if I am making any type of like tomato based sauce, I will sprinkle some of this into it just to kind of cut the tart or the bitter out of the sauce. And that's basically what I use it for. Mostly tea. Anything that I drink is either water or something that I make at home, and all of my teas are from Teavana. They're loose leaf teas, and I sweeten them with cane sugar or rock sugar, which I need to go and grab the rock sugar, so be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So here is the rock sugar. Can you see this here? I hope that, let me just put that, can you see it? So this is the natural Belgian raw. Why is this a tongue twister for me? Why is my tongue twisting up? I don't know. I'm sorry. So this is the natural Belgian rock sugar. I get this exclusively at Teavana, the tea store. It's where you get loose leaf tea. And they sell this there. It comes in different sizes. I buy the biggest size, which I believe this runs about $14.99. It's non-GMO. It looks like candy crystals, actually. Let me just show you what it looks like. So this is what the rock sugar looks like, if you can see that. It actually looks like candy. And okay, I don't know why I was out of focus. So excuse me, throat problems. So I put this in my tea maker. I add hot water, allow it to melt down, and then I make my tea. So like I said, I sweeten my tea with either the rock sugar or the cane sugar, and it's really good. And the stats on this is 25 calories per teaspoon. This has 6 carbs in it. The cane sugar has, I believe, only like 4 carbs, so this is a little bit higher in carb count if you're watching your carbs. But it's okay to have a little bit of sugar. It's okay, as long as it's not white sugar, and as long as it's not high fructose corn syrup. So sugar is okay. Sugar is not, you know, the devil. Yeah, sugar's not the enemy. You can be your own worst enemy if you eat too much of it, but it's not the enemy. You can have a little here and there, and that's what I do. So I probably had this a little over a month or so. I use it every day in my tea. I sweeten my beverages with it, and it does me well. So if you go into a Teavana store, they'll definitely let you try it. If you sample their teas, any tea that you sample in the Teavana store is sweetened with this Belgian rock sugar. So you can actually see that it doesn't have any kind of funny taste or anything. It tastes all natural. And yeah, it's good. It's good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to bring a variety of content. We want to talk about all things related to our journey following VSG, and this is a part of it. These are things that don't really get talked about a lot, but I want to bring some of these things to the forefront because it helps to know. There could be someone out there that's even post-op, they're doing a lot of eating out because they don't know how to flavor their food, but these are easy things, and that, you know, most all of us have in our kitchens, that we can, you know, bring it down and flavor our foods with it. And don't be afraid to experiment. Just be mindful of your food labels, and don't be afraid to experiment. You might stumble upon something really, really great that you'll really, really enjoy in your food dishes. Hey, you got to make it count. We can't eat that much as it is, so we don't want to be eating bland food. So I hope that you guys have found this video somewhat helpful. Let me know what spices you guys are using down in the comments, because I like to interact with you guys. And yeah, remember that I believe in you until you do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.